a lot of the people harmed, injured, and killed were mid-level and upper-level Hezbollah people. It is thought that their ranks have been harmed. Uh, the head of Hezbollah, Nasrallah, Sheikh Nasrallah, just spoke and said that Israel had crossed all red lines had been crossed, and they were going to regret it. They were going to make sure that Israel would not be able to move its residents back to the north, which is the goal. Israel wants to be able to bring the 60,000 people who've been um, forced out of their homes for almost a year to be able to go back home. So that's where we stand. I mean, it's a little bit, difficult to know where we're headed. This the attack on the pagers on Tuesday seems to have been a last minute decision. They were afraid that it was being discovered, so it wasn't something part of a big plan that they had figured out in advance.
Do we know anything more about where the pagers and where the walkie-talkies are manufactured?
We don't. We have a lot of reporters working on that. We do know that there was, that it was originally, it looked like it was a Taiwanese company. The Taiwanese company said actually it was with a license from a company in Hungary. We've been to the headquarters in Hungary. It's basically a post office box and so on. We've tried to chase down the names of the executives of this company seem to be fake or weird, or and so we don't really know where it was made. Where was it actually made? We don't know. But everyone seems to understand that these are real pagers that the Israeli Mossad spy agency inserted explosives into a bunch of them that were headed for Hezbollah.
Ethan, I guess we step back from a 30,000-foot level and just look at the Mideast in its entirety. It looks like, I guess maybe it's reasonable to think that just given the last several days, this escalation in Lebanon would put any kind of peace process, I guess, on a further back burner. Is that the understanding, or are the efforts still trying to be made?
Well, I think you are right. I mean, there's every reason in the world to be pessimistic about peace breaking out here. The only peace negotiations that there have been are these an attempt to find a way to get a temporary ceasefire in Gaza that could, in theory, extend into a longer term one, and bring home the 100 or so hostages, living and dead, that Hamas is holding, Israeli hostages. Those talks, brokered by the U.S., Qatar, and Egypt, have not been going well. And I don't think that there's much going to happen. Israel did put out a new idea relatively in the last weeks, which was, we'll take all the hostages, but you have to get out of here and never come back. And Hamas is not interested in that. And Hezbollah today again said, we're not going to stop fighting you until you make peace in Gaza. So it's not, I agree with you. It's a very dark time in the region. The only question here is whether Hezbollah has been put enough back on its back foot by the last 2 days. The idea that every electronic device that they use to communicate could be infected, booby-trapped, that they would conceivably be closer to an agreement to step back from the border. But there's really not much indication of that.